Alrighty. So it's December 15th, 2025. I took a trade on NASDAQ. Wait, no, I took a trade on ES. Uh, I guess it's hard to see it on both. I'm watching a movie at the same time. I didn't really use SMT divergence, but okay. So this is how I'm going to share proper analysis. I think it's harder to see it this way. Yeah, this looks fine. Okay, so I did what I normally do, which is I marked out Asia, London, New York pre-market, and New York market. So this is Asia. So my red line, I mark my lowest point for Asia, my highest point for Asia. For London, I mark my lowest point for London, my lowest point for London, and I waited to the pre-market. So cool. Pre-market shows this liquidity. My bias was I could see both bearish and bullish. Let me just say that. Let's see if I kick it out to the 4-hour here before this market took place. I saw this strong pull, so I felt like this was bullish, but at the same time, seeing this candle on the 12th was like we could definitely start going in a bearish direction. But since this candle hadn't taken out this most recent, actually no, that's what it was. It took out this most recent low. Technically it closed beneath it, so it was a bearish day for me. But I don't focus on it as much, because frustrating thing about focusing on a daily bias is that initially I used to be stuck on, okay, if my bias is bullish, it's bullish. Even if it didn't present itself in my macros, I still stuck to bullish, which I think is just part of my trading journey. I think that's okay to do if you're comfortable with it, but part of your process will be you'll start to realize that sometimes your particular bias, no matter how much time you spent calculating it, you won't actually see the bias at the time that you want to. It'll likely happen. It may either be a pullback or it may actually be the full bias, but it may happen after a certain time. And it just depends on how much time you want to be in the market. My goal is to try to be out by 11 at the most. So that's why instead of focusing on the bias, I focus on where liquidity moves. And that's why my goal has been go with the flow of the market. Don't be stuck to your idea of what you want to happen. So I marked out Asian highs and lows. These other lines, like I put PDL here, previous day low, because I like marking out the previous day low and the previous day highs to gauge where volume could potentially move around in, and to use it as a draw on liquidity. So this was actually a really good draw on liquidity. It just took a while for my entry to get in, so I wasn't really impressed with this move. Actually, it looks like we're doing something here. I'm gonna enter back in because I
order filled
wanted to. Okay, so my real trade was that in the pre-market, I saw price take out Asian low, which is great. I feel like this was a pull on liquidity, pulling on the highest previous price point in the London session, and I was prepared for reversal. So I waited for this reversal and waited. Well, I guess it's really not that long of a wait, but sometimes it feels like eternity. Especially when this gigantic candle is to the downside, you're just like, okay. But then you're like, ooh, please don't take out other key levels too fast, because then we're just going to end up having to reverse, or just like dilly-dally down here and not really do anything because we'll be out of our macros. So large candle downward, we kept moving down. I marked this for a value gap, but it was never acknowledged. I marked this for a value gap, was not acknowledged. I marked this, mind you, I'm on the 5-minute this entire time. I don't like to drop to the 1 minute that quickly with this because I want to get a good understanding. And fair value gap drawn here at this candle is 10 o'clock. and it gets respected here at 10:05, and we get pulled out here on this bearish candle at 10:10. And so I enter into this trade, take it down, get out, and just hope that this will reverse back, because even though my bias was bearish, I feel that because of rate cuts, now I'm implementing fundamentalist stuff, but I feel because of rate cuts, we're going to have bullish market sort of present itself. I do think that the reason why we saw a bearish was just to kind of to take out all these short lines are my relatively equal lows. I started drawing them, then I realized I could just get the indicator for it, so I did. It's called equal highs and lows. This helps to realize these are draws on liquidity. All of these, even though they're kind of tiny to see, these are draws on liquidity, draws on liquidity. This red line is an Asian line. That's also a draw on liquidity. This was a draw on liquidity, but that got taken out by other draw. This was a draw on liquidity, but it took that out. It got all the way down here into this fair value gap. Actually, no, this is not a fair value gap. This is actually a support space. So once it got in here, I was like, wow, that's crazy that it moved. How do people do that? Measurement. I just go and do the measurement stick here. I thought it was interesting that it moved. Oops. How many points? 262. Like in the first hour or so. So I thought that was interesting. That's how I took that trade. It actually came out to, disregard this, it came out to 600 something across something, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about, what is that? 9 times 600, I guess it's 5,400. And then I ended up getting one account. Looks like I think they're gonna pass us for this one, because it's just actually 2 accounts have reached. We're just barely there. $60. No, not 60. Yeah, $70 shy. That's not the one. There's another one. Oh, I think they've already, because let's check. I'm supposed to have 9, so if it's 8, then they've moved it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it's still here. Anyways, yeah, so that trade, I was really impatient, but I still took it. I still waited for a proper entry. I feel like I'm supposed to be having something else. And all of my funded accounts have now hit. I've passed the second level that you're supposed to pass for all 3 of them. Either way, so yeah, there's that. So I wanted to mention that about this trade. It was kind of super simple. I wish it could have been something we caught a little bit earlier, but I don't enter into trades without confirming entry first. I feel like that's the safest way to go. I also think if you don't understand fair value gaps, or you like to at least understand candles, I've been enjoying learning more about candles and perfecting it, or not perfecting it, but including it in my interpretation for price, and just kind of speaking the language of price. So you've got this large dark candle, which, hey, we're going all the way down. It's also engulfing because it engulfs, or it completely fills over this candle and extends even further. So that's great. You've got this candle that still shows seller's pressure, even though buyers are pretty strong here. Then you've got this candle, which I don't know the proper terms for it. It's almost like an indecisive candle. So that's kind of interesting. But the fact that it ends a little bit green and all stick lets me know that sellers are still here. So that's cool. Then you've got this indecisive candle, which I'm like, okay, if I got this indecisive candle, I would think there might be a green move here, but I would only have to wait and see. You get this big candle, another big candle, big candle. You get this candle, which still shows seller's presence pushing down on here, with green and a small wick. You get these 3 large candles, and then you get this next indecisive candle, and everything is relative. You get an indecisive candle coming into a support space after passing, after one previous candle had passed a key level, support space, indecisive candle. These are 3 reasons for me to expect a reversal. That's it. So if I don't get out here, which is to me an experience move, like if you got out here, you knew what was up, then you would wait here for your eyes to really see like, oh, that's a really large green candle. And then I see this is an indecisive candle, which means we're reversing. And I think this could be considered a morning star pattern. I don't know. But this also means something to me too. It just lets me know that we're shifting over to the positive, or excuse me, not positive, but green or bullish or buys, what have you. And so far, that's exactly what we're still getting. So my expectation now with this trade, I guess I could take it when it hits this blue, which would be a London low. If it closes above this London low, then I feel like we still have room to keep going to Asia. But the problem is this is now 11:25. Volume is technically supposed to be slower. So it may take a while to reach here. It may take a while to reach here. If it does, I'm just kind of watching it. I de-risked by going in at 3. Is this micro? So I don't really I'm not trading it seriously. I just wanted to keep practicing my strategy, utilizing it and showing myself that, hey, also because this dump and the fact that I didn't get to get in something earlier, not my fault, not the market's fault, just the way it was. And the fact that I recognize there's a change in direction. I'm like, yeah, I want to get into this, of course. I technically should have gotten in here because candle here, large green, candle here, perfect, and a dip in. Why didn't I get in? One, my fair value gap is kind of small. It's not this sort of size, which is not a big deal, but sometimes I feel like it's not recognized as well. It also wicks out a little bit over here, not by a whole lot, but that's what something that was in my mind. But the biggest reason why I did not get into this entire area is because we've got too much going on. We've got the support level, which is common somewhere. Yeah, we've got this support level where this would have been the 4th touch here of what I've marked out. It's pretty close to this key level Asian low. We have this indecisive candle here. I guess that wasn't a big deal. So whenever my price sometimes is close to key levels like this, I fray on entering in quickly. I tend to wait until I get like full candle closures over, full candle closures out. Before I actually did enter on this candle. You can see I drew a fair value gap here, but then it got disrespected somehow. I don't know why I entered back in this. Oh, I guess because I'm still recognizing this. And of course, just understanding candle patterns, this really large candle gave me like, okay, let's go. And then now you've got this what looks like indecisive candle, which is giving me interpretation that we're still trying to be bullish, but see how it's taking so much longer and to cross over this blue. And this is the 5-minute candle. But that's pretty much my interpretation for today, Monday. Let's look at markets. I kind of misinterpreted market today. I was ready. I saw all of these right here and I was like, what? First of all, I didn't know there were so many different types of CPIs. So I thought that was interesting. And then I went and researched proper interpretation, because I know most people teach us hey, red folders, look out. But what does CPI mean? I was asking my sister about it because I was like, I want to know. And I want to know forecast versus actual. And what am I supposed to do with these numbers? And what in the world does any of this mean when I'm looking at the charts? Now, I later realized that this is all Canada, and I wasn't in any Canada contracts or indexes, or pairs, so this was just moot. But obviously nothing really happening for us US red folder wise. But tomorrow, most of the people who I know trade usually we avoid these days completely. But I've been doing my due diligence in figuring out what these mean. Non-farm, unemployment rates, pretty much what it means in your actual report And more importantly, what does that mean for us over here? So I have a PDF. I'm going to include it in the link, if not on this video, maybe the next. That way it's like a quick cheat sheet so you know what you're looking at. Are you trying to become a fundamentals trader? Maybe not, but it's nice to have a quick reference like, oh, okay, so if this, whatever, hold on. If this whatever is less than this, that means we're expecting a bullish market. So let me make sure I can correlate my daily bias to show bullish. Does it show bullish or does it not? Okay, maybe I'll wait till it shows bullish to correlate with the earnings or correlate with the news or whatever. I think it's good to just be knowledgeable, but not overwhelm yourself. So the more I read into it, the more I'm like, okay, I want to know more than just this means red folder. I want to know what else this means. So, all right, till tomorrow.